okay. It's okay. It's just me. You've been tossing and turning in your sleep, so I just wanted to make sure that you're doing okay. And I wanted to make sure you're not having any bad dreams. You're not feeling well? Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you tell me what's wrong? You've been coughing a lot. Do you want me to drive you to the doctor? No? It's okay. I'm not gonna make you do anything that you're not comfortable with. I think that if you still feel sick in the morning, you should think about it. And I can go with you if you want to. But in the meantime, let's just try to take good care of you, okay? Okay. Why don't you just rest here? And I'm gonna go make you some soup and some kind of warm beverage. Would you like some tea? I have some tea here that's helpful for sleeping and also will help soothe your throat if you add a little bit of lemon. Does that sound okay? Okay. So you just rest here and I'll be right back. If you need me, just call and I'll come and take care of you, okay? First, I'm just gonna set some water on to boil. Now, let me see. Where did I put the tea? Oh, here it is. I just need to find the soup now, and we'll be all set. While we're waiting for our water to boil, why don't we open up our soup and put that into a pot, okay? I think our water is boiled. Can you hear that? Let's turn off the burner and pour in the tea. I think your soup is ready also. Let me just get a lemon for your tea. And you're gonna need 2 spoons, one for your soup and one for your tea. Now let's give your soup a good stir too. I'm back. Here, let me fluff your pillows for you. Is that better? Good. Let me give you some of this tea. I want you to drink slowly, okay? I don't want you to drink too fast. Here you go. It's a little hot, so let's blow on it first. One more time. Good. Why don't you take a couple of sips and see if you like it? You do? Good. Are you staying warm? I know it's a rainy night, so it's a little cold. Is that blanket nice and warm? Good. I want you to take a couple of deep breaths for me, just to steady your breathing, because I know when you cough so much, it's a little hard to drink. Take a deep breath in and out. One more time. Deep breath in and out. While you're eating, why don't I tell you a little story? It doesn't have a name, but it's about two twins. This is a story about an archer named Terani and her sister Tunivia. Tunivia and Terani are identical twins, and they're the only children to their parents. Their mother passed away in childbirth, and although their father was always very kind to both of the daughters, they could both tell that Tunivia was his favorite daughter. But Terani never minded, because she was really close with her sister, and they protected each other and took care of each other. In their tribe, so to speak, they had to reach first blood before they were able to choose a profession. And, you know, for girls, it was a biological thing. And for guys, it was a hunt that they had to do. So, Tunivia and Terani both reached that point around the same time, and they had to choose what they wanted to be when they grew up. Tunivia knew right away that she wanted to be an archer and go to archery school, and so she already had all her plans made out. But Terani didn't know what she wanted to do, because although she was really interested in going wherever her sister went, being together with her, she also really liked healing people. In the end, they both went to archery school together, and after they completed their training, they were asked whether they wanted a falcon pet or a wolf pet. And Tunivia said that she didn't want any pet. After her mother died, she didn't want to get close to anybody except the people she was already so close with. So she didn't want to form a bond with an animal and risk losing that animal. She also really wanted to just concentrate on her craft, and so she focused more on crafting arrows and crafting bows and testing them out. She approached it from a very mechanical, logical standpoint. Terani, on the other hand, wanted a wolf and a falcon because she loved animals, and she wanted to focus on the bond with them. And a lot of people thought she was really stupid because 2 animals to work with meant less time to practice archery itself. The thing was that Tirani was this very kind of sorrowful person, but the animals made her happy, and the animals gave her a type of companionship that she lacked with her father, kind of. They were identical twins. They had long, straight, bluish hair. It had a blue tint to it. And dark eyes. They both wore angel wing headbands. And the difference between them is that Tirani used to wear white ones, and Tinuvia used to wear grayish, blackish, brownish. Tinuvia was always very cat-like and closed off and aloof, and gave people the impression that she was hiding something or holding something back. And Tirani was the complete opposite. Everybody felt like what you see is what you get. Tirani was the one that people told all their secrets to, and she was really open about her feelings and all that stuff. Their relationship was symmetrical, so to speak. The two of them balanced one another out, and they were really happy together. They kind of completed each other. There were a lot of suitors who were very interested in a pretty girl who can handle a bow and arrow, but neither of them were really interested in any of the suitors. One day the girl's father passed away. He was killed in battle, and for Tinuvia, it really destroyed her, and she started to grow apart from Tirani at that time. They spent less time together, and Tinuvia would spend a lot of time alone. And one of the suitors happened to notice this happening, and he was not a very nice person. And he took Tinuvia and did horrible things. And Tinuvia didn't want to be an archer anymore, and she didn't want to really do anything anymore. And when that happened to Tinuvia, it happened to Tirani too, because the two of them were so close. In the end, Tinuvia died of a broken heart. And when that happened, Tirani thought there's nothing left for her anymore. And she was walking through the town of Plethora, and she was gonna go to the town of Payan and return her wolf and her falcon, and tell them that she was gonna stop being an archer and just be by herself and figure out what she wanted to do. While she was walking past the Plethora fountain, there was this man sitting there, and he was dressed in brown robes with like red accents on them. His name was Codeine, and Codeine and Tirani had exchanged glances several times and never really thought anything of it. So she looked at him and he looked at her, and she decided she was gonna just keep walking. And something told her that she should go to a city called Morocco and just kind of revisit some of the places that she'd gone with her sister. So she went to Morocco, and she went down into this labyrinth-like maze, and while she was in there, she met somebody else. And this person was a good friend of Codine's, and she'd seen this person sitting by the fountain in Plethora as well. And this person's name was Mumra. She was being chased by some monsters, and he chased them off for her. And she thought it was a shame, because she would have rather had the monsters just take her at that point in her life. But later on, she saw he was getting attacked by monsters, and she saved him. And it became kind of funny, because they kept on saving one another. over time, Mumra and Corinne asked Terani to join their guild, and she said okay. She didn't want to live anymore in that world because of everything bad that had happened, but she decided it would be an inconvenience if the people around her had to deal with her death, so she stayed. It took years and years for Terani to really open up to these really nice guys and start to be friends with them. But, you know, at this point, she'd met them, and they kind of interrupted her tragic downfall a bit, and she kept her falcon and her wolf. She started wearing her angel wing headband again, because she felt like it was part of her sister kind of staying with her. From that point on, she didn't want to be alive in that world, but she didn't want to inconvenience anybody, so she just stayed. And it was a really long time that passed by. But one morning she woke up and she thought she was kind of happy to see the sun on that day. And she didn't really think anything of it, and she just kind of went on with the day. And then a couple more days like that happened. And then they turned into weeks. The weeks turned into months. The months turned into years. And she was fighting this really terrible monster. In this particular world they called them MVPs. And she was fighting this MVP and she realized that she didn't want to die. She wanted to live. And she fought so hard. But she fell in battle and Corinne had to pull her away from the battle and help her. And when she finally came to and she was healed, she realized how much she would have lost if she had given up so long ago. So, in the end, even though Terani never forgot about her sister, she learned how to want to live again. And even though it was a tough journey, she did climb that mountain, and she was able to help a lot of other people because of it. The end. Did you like that story? I made it up about my Ragnarok Online characters. Some of the parts of the story are true. And some of the parts of that story are parts of my story, and other parts are just Ragnarok Online was an awesome game, and through it I met some really nice people, and I just wanted to talk about them. So yeah, I hope that took your mind off you're not feeling well. You think you want to try to sleep now? I'll stay right here with you until you do. Just close your eyes.